So it's time for another one of the most technical and in-depth reviews and head-to-heads anywhere on YouTube, because you know how we like to do things here. And today we're carrying on with the Callaway line, the brand new AI Smoke line, and we're going AI Smoke Triple Diamond against the old Paradym Triple Diamond. Now, if you watched our last video, which was the Paradym Standard, old Paradym Standard against the new AI Smoke Max, those head-to-head, we're carrying on with that format, same kind of review style. And today we're really going to be putting these heads to the test, because our last tester mic was quick, but today we've got Tom, who is insanely quick, like mid 130 swing speed, cruising with driver. So the amount of force and pressure that he's going to be putting through these heads when we're mishitting them, it's really going to test the MOI of these heads. So same format, we're going to be getting baseline set with each, looking at the numbers on a standard set, how do they perform out the middle, are we going to see any differences there, and then I'm going to get him to purposely hit loads out the heel and loads out the toe, and we're really going to see, is it sweeter from every spot. Let's do it. Right, mate, excited to hit some bombs?
I'm indeed, yeah.
Cool, good. So today we've got Tom down. Tom, thanks for being my tester for the Triple Diamond video. So you currently game Paradym Triple Diamond, old model now. 10.5 degree set, draw, stated loft, Ventus Black 6X. So again, as in all the videos, we're going to be keeping the loft the same, sleeve settings the same. We're going to plug your shaft into the new head. And what we'll do, hit a baseline set. So I just want to get a baseline set with that. Game of speed, so nice and slow. Game of speed, and then we'll plug the 10.5 head straight on there, get another set, compare those sets, see what we see.
Yep.
Then I'm going to get you to hit some heel shots and toe shots. Feeling confident?
We'll see.
Ready to go?
See how it goes, yeah.
Let's do it. Sounded pretty good.
That was more central.
A little bit low in the head, maybe?
Low toe.
340 carry, nice. Just toey.
Just toed.
Still good though, 145 efficiency, 195 ball speed. Like I say, nice game of swing speed.
Cruising.
You are ridiculous, mate. Like 135, like that is stupidly quick. I think
I don't feel like I'm swinging that fast either.
People like just slate him in the comments. Just absolutely slate. Cause I think, what did we get? We got you up to like 144 or something at one point.
Yeah.
There's no long drive training, nothing. Just natural speed. Disgusting. Yeah, 9 launch, 2.5 spin. It's not bad because you don't hit up on it much at all, really. So you always tended to launch it quite low.
Yeah.
But decent backspin. And yeah, it's not like we need to be worrying about distance, is it? Jeez. This is going to be a very good test of these drivers today. Yeah, nice, mate.
That's the one where it peels back.
Just a low launch little fade at 330 carry. Why not? Yep, again, couple mil low in the head, but pretty centered, good efficiency. 199 ball speed. Stupid. Lovely. Lovely flight that. I didn't even think about where to set the green. I just left it at 375, which is the normal where it automatically sets up on the Foresight software. Just a casual 376 yard drive. Yeah, great strike, really nice. 11 launch, 23. Really good numbers, mate. Really good numbers. So who fitted you for that driver?
The best.
144, nice, really good, mate. Solid numbers. Beauty. Yep. Very nice, mate. Very nice. So yeah, pretty balanced overall numbers as a set. 196 ball speed, 10 launch, we'll call that. 2500 backspin, 341 carry, 368 total. Decent. Right, into the AI. What do you think about the looks compared to the old one?
Very similar. And then initially it might sit like a touch more open, I think, than the Paradym, than the old one.
Yeah.
So I might have to like when I sit up, feel like I'm closing it a bit.
Interesting. It's interesting how different people see that. So I see everything closed, so I want to open it.
Yeah.
But this, I agree with you. I think it sits more open. And even the old model, which I didn't say in the last video, that actually sits a bit more open as well, like to my eye, which I like. Some people won't, you know. What do you think about the high gloss sort of carbon that you can see compared to the old dull sort of blue top?
Well, I had the Rogue ST one, and I like the matte finish because when you're playing in the summer, you get that shiny bit.
Yeah.
I just annoys me a little bit.
Yeah.
But obviously in here, it kind of looks like all the old clubs that they used to have.
Yes.
Like the Epic and the Rogue, normal Rogue.
Exactly what Mike said earlier. It's going back to the days of almost like everyone had like gloss carbon on top when the carbon crowns first came about. It's like all the rage of a gloss carbon crown. But yeah, I think it looks smart.
Really high pitched.
Definitely a different sound, isn't it? And interesting. Where did that strike feel?
Pretty central.
Interesting. Yeah, wow. Okay. 3.5 spin. Wow. So that's definitely something we noticed in the last video I did, which was the original Paradym, or now the AI Smoke Max, they call it, versus the original Paradym. Higher spin, probably about 300-400 revs. That's a lot more. Yeah. It's probably a bit more of a fade, in all fairness. Probably finished a little bit further down that right side.
Yeah.
So we'd expect to see maybe a touch more spin, but that's quite a lot more spin. That's like 1,000 more. 3.5 compared to 27, 22, 24, 23. Delivery, one at 3,000 that you hit a bit bottomy. But yeah, definitely a bit more spin. Interesting.
Felt a bit high-toey.
Bit high-toey. I mean, he's done exceptionally well. I mean, the ball flight looked very balanced. Yeah, I mean, again, for that strike, that's a really good result. Spin hasn't dropped really well, compared to the last one it has, but 24 from high toes, really balanced. Good delivery, and yeah, got away with it. 1.4 efficiency. It's okay. It's all right. It's not great, but it's okay. Interesting. What did you initially think about the feel compared to the old one? Any difference in feel?
Well, I haven't hit the middle yet, so I don't know how that feels.
How does it feel at the toe?
But the toe felt quite like stable.
Yeah?
Because normally when I hit that one slightly out the toe, I can feel it out the toe.
Interesting. Okay.
Even though I could feel that one as out the toe, but maybe
yeah,
not as like it's flicking into my hand.
Interesting. Again, that's exactly what Mike said in the last video. It's loud, isn't it?
There you go.
Middle, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as long, which probably tells me that it's spinning a bit more. Yeah, 3K spin. And again, efficiency 144.
Yeah, it's not like the delivery's changed or anything, it's just...
No, pretty similar, isn't it? Again, it was weird. The first few hits that we had again with the old one, when Mike was hitting his old Paradym, we're seeing like 145 efficiency.
Yeah.
Then we went into the new one, and the efficiency was slightly less.
Yeah.
Which again is a similar thing to what we're seeing here. With yours, 145, 145, 145, 145. So far, we've not got a 145 with this, and we've hit it middled a couple times. That is very interesting, and definitely spinning more. Definitely spinning more. So it's 3K out the middle again. Sounded solid. Just leaking, isn't it? Did it feel like you just left that one a bit open, or?
Maybe like a couple more degrees, but not much.
Yeah, a little bit more open. Yeah, I was just looking at that swing speed dropping off. I mean, do you feel like you're swinging any different? Not really.
No.
No. Interesting. So again, we've got this setup exactly the same as yours. So it's still a 14 gram and a 2 gram weight, exactly the same as the old model, 14 gram forward, 2 gram back. So yeah, that is very interesting. A little higher in the face?
Yeah.
It was high. Again, it's not a bad result really, is it? But 321 carry, 345 total.
I'd expect the spin to like plummet when I hit it.
Yeah.
High, and that's still 2.7.
Which, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I mean, the reality is it's probably spinning a bit too much out the middle for you. Yeah. So if we're starting at a point of higher spin and then we go to a place that's going to spin lower, Obviously, it's going to be lower than the middle, but it's still going to be quite high,
Yep.
which isn't a terrible thing for someone of your speed, because it's not like we want low spin to get distance. It just doesn't matter that much. But it is surprisingly high from where it is, isn't it? That was nice. How did that feel?
That felt better than the other ones.
Yeah, probably one of the best ones you hit so far.
Yeah.
Okay, always be an interesting one to look at. Yeah, pretty good, eh? Pretty good. Maybe a mil or two low. 9 launch, 3K spin. Better efficiency at 145. So now we see that comes up, 193.5 ball speed. That data set is somewhat, I mean, you just leaked there's 4. So if we look at the red dots on the map with yours, I mean, there's nothing further right than that.
Yeah.
And there's one a little bit left. So it's a slightly different pattern. You know, these ones were straighter, and then we had a few that leaked right. So if you look on average at the minute, the ball speed we're down, is that 5 mile an hour, 5.5 mile an hour? Launch slightly up, spin up 500 revs. So it definitely seems to be a spinnier head. Again, very similar to the last Paradym, definitely spinnier. That's almost 20 yards down on carry. But in all fairness, with any head, if we're leaking it off to the right, we are going to lose carry. So if we tried to make it a bit more equal when it comes to the dispersion, if we took out 40, 43, 31, 26. So now if we compare it where the average dispersion is both very straight, still seeing down on ball speed, seeing it up on spin a couple of hundred revs still, and still 329 carry. Yeah. A little bit of that I think must be you slightly, just in terms of like the swing speed.
Yeah, a little bit.
We are down 2
miles.
mile an hour, to be fair. We are down a couple of mile an hour, but the efficiency is down. So that means like the output we're getting for our input is just lower relative. So even if you were swinging at the same speed, the ball speed would still be lower. Probably struck yours a little bit better. We can see the average strike is a little bit closer to the middle,
Yeah.
to be fair. Now if we add those ones back in, because they're all decent strikes, and we do the compare on the club data. Yeah, so that actually now brings the average strike back closer to where it should be. Again, it's just slightly less efficient. Okay, sticking in AI smoke then. Let's test out that heel. See if we can get some heels going. That was definitely necky. Still hasn't picked up the strike, has it? I think you must be hitting it like so far out of the neck. You can't see the dots. Doing well though, to be fair. Again, it's not like none of them have really ended up that far offline, have they, so far? How'd that one feel?
I was heeled, maybe like a little bit high. High heel.
Okay, done well, hasn't it? Definitely out the neck. And 139 efficiency. It's okay out the heel. It's okay. Wouldn't say it, would massively impress me.
Yeah.
But at least it's in the fairway for you. I mean, a 338 heel is not bad, is it? Again, not curving much, is it? Is that necky or?
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel stable.
Yeah.
More stable than what I've experienced with my one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. We're going to jump into yours in a second as well and see, but that was exactly the feedback that we had with the last one. Just felt more stable. Oh, that was very heely. Could see that through impact.
That's what you want.
And for you hitting it, carrying it 260, we know that is not a good strike. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, there you go. That is a proper heel.
That's where all the other ones felt.
Was it?
Similar, yeah.
From earlier. Yeah, 127 efficiency. Again, you could just see from that delivery, I mean, if that was out the middle, that would have started probably slightly right of target and curved to the right because the face was quite open. But it started 7.4 left. That's how much it geared the face closed through impact. But again, with that amount of pressure going through it, it's ended up right down the middle of the fairway. And that's the same with the majority of these. There's been a few that you've pulled and actually not struck that bad. But the majority of these have actually been nice little fades coming back into the fairway. So again, it's actually same as the last model. Really impressive on the stability.
Yeah.
It's come out like a rocket. Kind of in that necky. That's gone like nearly 340.
Felt like it was out the heel.
It's gone 340. Yeah, wow. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not as necky as the one we had with the AI smoke, in all fairness, definitely not. But that is still insanely impressive. It's that 15 mil out the heel, and I know it feels worse than it shows on this graphic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That would have felt proper necky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, the delivery, it's good, decent delivery to be fair. That is unreal. It just hasn't curved at all. With your speed going for a miss hit, that is very impressive. I think they just made the old Paradym too good. That looked necky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, to be fair, is more similar to what we saw when we reviewed the standard Paradym. The old model did curve more. Again, it missed the strike, which is slightly frustrating, but definitely getting a lot of gear effect on that one, didn't we? Does that feel worse than the last one or similar?
Very similar.
Very similar, yeah. Again, it's gearing more, but it's not, again, for your speed, the amount of pressure you're going to be putting through that head, it's probably still fairway. I mean, 20 yards offline is still very, very impressive. Did it feel heely again?
That was neckier than the other ones. It's just curving a bit more than the
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, wow. Interesting. That's very low heel again. And again, we are seeing, I mean, the face was a bit open there, to be in all fairness, but again, straight off the bat, we're seeing definitely more curvature from left to right. Held too slightly down the left, but yeah, when you don't quite catch it and the face is not quite square, we are getting hurt quite a lot. That was necky as anything. Still, you know, it's done pretty well. 150%, again, didn't get striked, but I saw that coming through impact. I would almost see the head kind of like gearing.
Yeah.
But 27 offline, it's not bad at all. And to be fair, I mean, we're seeing fairly similar numbers, aren't we, really? It's very hard to be super scientific from this perspective because you're a human and I'm telling you to mishit it, which is very hard. But we're seeing, I mean, what's that? Just over a mile an hour difference in ball speed, 300 revs a spin, 5 yards or so. I mean, again, in the favor of the old Paradym, but yeah, that's interesting. Still definitely both very, very necky.
Yeah.
I just don't quite trust the club head speeds on those. So now if we compare, yeah, very comparable. So taking out all the misreads, swing speeds only, it's 0.6 of a mile an hour in it. We are seeing a little bit more efficiency out of the old Paradym, to be fair, which is interesting.
There's a touch close to the middle.
Yeah, a little bit, to be fair, yeah. But it is gearing a little bit more. We are seeing a little bit more, in the ball speed's identical, which is really funny. But so yeah, I would definitely say we're seeing more gear effect and more curvature coming from the old head than the new one, for sure. Right, sticking with the original OG Paradym, let's see if we can get some out the toe. It's amazing you see like the instant difference in gear effect, don't you?
That was really toey.
That was slightly toey, mate, yeah. I nearly missed it out of the toe. Jeez. And again, for someone that's swinging 130 mile an hour, like how that ball is not going off the planet, I don't know. That's quite impressive.
Still might be on the fairway or it's left rough.
Yeah, because again, like we said earlier, the less speed, the less pressure you're putting through the head, definitely the less gearing you're going to get from the head. But your speed, it's like maximum testing of the head. And that is impressive. Yeah, left rough maybe at 312. Very impressive. Getting looked a little high toe. It's good though, very good. Very good. Again, very much out the toe, very much out the toe. Again, I said this in the last review with Mike when he was testing. When you deliver it pretty well, you actually tend to get away with mishits. And that's on all drivers, all current drivers. Generally speaking, good delivery, bad strike, it will end up good. And again, with your speed, 182 mile an hour ball speed, that far out the toe, and it's ended up 16 yards left to target. Still a super stable head, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was so toey. I literally see that through
How's
impact.
that come back? You can just hear it, I feel it flipping in your hands.
Yeah. What a result. Unbelievable.
I mean, it's
I'd be
so much
surprised if it got the
different,
strike
yeah.
on that one. It did get the strike on that one. That was, yeah. Again, proves my point even further. Like, good, very good delivery. Like, if anything, marginally close in the face, but
Yeah.
super neutral path. All that is bad. But 9 yards offline at 3.34. Staggeringly good. Yeah, again, definitely toey. Probably curving a bit more of that, but still, great result. Still probably fairway, left rough at worst. Can the AI smoke outdo the OG Paradym out the toe? What do you think, mate? That was a pretty good show, wasn't it?
From what we saw, probably.
It was toey, wasn't it? So impressive, really is. Again, like mid 280s carry for you is pretty horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane, isn't it? Like, beautiful looking little draw. With that strike, at your speed, again, 129, I mean, the efficiency was absolutely horrendously bad.
Yeah.
At 1.3 is terrible, but you nearly missed it. What can you expect? But if you only look at the ball tracer, gorgeous little draw down the middle of the fairway.
Baby draw.
Like, unreal. Again, looked like you nearly missed it out the toe. Still nearly carried 300. Again, you're super, super good at these toe strikes, aren't you, mate? I mean, that one there is interesting because the actual delivery was pretty good. Again, zero face, almost zero path, almost zero face.
Just stayed out to the right, didn't it?
Yeah, but again, there you can see 6-degree start direction with the ball. So that's obviously the face gearing open.
Yeah.
Again, in all fairness, that strike was horrendous. So the fact that it's still gone 316 is quite impressive. Do you think it feels any different?
Feel-wise, there's nothing.
No,
Nothing
same.
in it.
Okay. Just almost wants to start more out to the right out the toe, doesn't it? But it's like not gearing back at all. No side spin on it. Just holds it pretty straight. Not a lot of curvature. It's just gearing the face open when you're hitting out that toe. It's just, which again, it'd be interesting to see if we get one which is not, you know, which is actually on the face. But, but it's still doing impressively well. That is beautiful. .320 on the fly. Again, no curve. Again, it almost is similar though, in all fairness. Yeah. I literally asked you to crank it in 10 mil and you literally pretty much cranked it in 10 mil. That's stupid. But yeah, it probably is similar in all fairness in that it doesn't seem like the ball wants to curve as much, does it, on off-center hits?
Just holds it line.
I mean, again, that 130 club speed, 186 ball speed, 20 mil out the toe, and it's got 100 revs of left spin on it. That is so stable, it's ridiculous. So good. Again, like stuff like this is what baffles me about people saying these heads are unforgiving, like the Triple Diamond is unforgiving. Yeah, you've put way more pressure through that head than any other amateur will. Well, 99.99999% of amateurs will, out the heel and out the toe, and it's doing this. Like, that is forgiving. Yeah. It just wants to do that a bit more out the toe, doesn't it? Which is the opposite of what you would normally expect. And that is absolutely fine. Mega toey. Mega toey. And again, 12 launch, 2700 backspin, 314 carry, 338 total, 34 yards offline.
Still really, really good numbers.
Really good. And the fact that it wants to just hold down that right side, I mean, generally speaking, that's going to be a much better miss than the toe that turns. Yeah. And that's exactly what it wants to do. I don't think any of them have crossed the line so far, which is insane. Yeah, just wants to hold out down the right side, which is fine.
It's doing the same thing over and over and over.
It is, over and over. Which, like I said, I'll take that as a miss any day of the week over the snap left. Yeah, because it's good delivery. It just doesn't gear at all. Like, it just doesn't turn back.
No.
Like, that's just so impressive. Every single one. Actually, there's been one that's crossed the line. I lie, one that's crossed the line. But everything else, it just almost just pushes straight out to the right. Which, yeah, is not bad at all. And again, that's just mad, because if we compare that, similar to we did with the heel strikes, yeah, it's holding out down the right side. Whereas if you look at the curve that's on the old model, definitely wants to curve a lot more, going more down the left side. Ball speed the same. I mean, there's not really much to pick apart launch and spin. This is, again, spinning more, couple hundred revs, a little bit more launch. And we're actually getting a little bit more carry out of the AI smoke, which, again, exactly what we saw with the old model. Like, the off-center hits hold their line better.
Yeah.
They just want to go straighter. Like, not really saying you're going to get loads more distance out of it, not getting more ball speed or anything out of it, but less gear effect.
It's just straighter.
Just straighter, yeah. Which, in all fairness,
gets rid of that ducky left hook.
Yeah. I mean, I know that marketing for speed and distance is sexy, and they do it.
Yeah.
They should be banging this drum, because just go straighter, which is what you want. So it is impressive. So conclusion there would be exactly the same as the last head-to-head. Are we seeing more ball speed and more distance? No. If anything, maybe even slightly less distance, possibly out of the middle, and we're not seeing any more ball speed or any more distance on off-center hits. But what it is doing, which is still very, very impressive, is it's reducing curvature on the off-center hits. So traditionally, the high toe that wants to just dive to the left, holding it very straight. If anything, more down the right. Same with the low heel. Traditionally, we'd want to really carve off right. It's just holding it more on line. So it's more stable on the off-center hits. Not saying you're going to get more distance, but definitely from what I've seen from the previous head-to-head and this head-to-head, same pattern, it wants to curve less. So straighter. So really, I mean, it's a decent win. If you had the old Paradym, would you actually upgrade? Maybe if you've got loads of money and you fancy a new club. It's a marginal, you know, again, we know there's marginal gains there to be had, and it is exactly that from this new model, but there is a gain. It is slightly better. So there you go. Again, hope you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe. Loads more to come. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.